Hello, good morning, and welcome to another video. So this morning we are headed to go on a little play date. It's 9:23 right now. The place opens at 10. Girl, I'm getting there early because then they start to do birthday parties and all that kind of stuff, okay? It's just a play date with my daughter and then someone special. And yeah, we're gonna head off there. I have a lot of cleaning to do once I get home, but first things first, we're gonna get the play out the way. Now, I hope you weren't laughing at me as hard as he was, but this place was really fun. We spent a few hours there just playing, letting the kids play. They have little play cars and things like that. It's really just a good time. What is this? What's basically made it? Oh, there it is. Ready? Go. And of course, after we were done with all of that playing around, we went and had some soup. The weather was really rainy this day, so soup sounded good. It's actually hot pot. And then, girl, we went home, okay? And after doing all that climbing and stuff, the first thing you do is head to the tub. I already mentioned this before, but lunch is mostly the same thing every day because that's what she likes. So I'm going to go ahead and pack her lunch, preparing it for tomorrow. I found these little Jellos for 98 cents for the full bag at Walmart, which was much cheaper than like the Jello brand. So I got these and she really likes them. And then I don't need to put a spoon as well because you can just kind of like squeeze them into your mouth. I'll place this just like this into the refrigerator, and then my husband will put the pizza in the oven in the morning. Completely forgot to restock the kids' snack drawer this weekend, so let me grab a few snacks and put it in the snack drawer. This is how I divvy it out, so that way I'm not like buying snacks every week, and I'll just replenish the drawer whenever I go grocery shopping. I'm doing the last backpack check, adding a snack because they have snack time in her class. So I'm adding an extra snack right here, and then checking the binder to make sure I didn't forget anything, make sure I signed all the papers, all that kind of good stuff, preparing for the next day. And I know you saw that backpack was dirty on the bottom, so I went ahead, took the placemats off, put them in the dirty clothes, and just wiped off the table. Here we are the next day, and I got a little bit of a late start to the morning. Trust me, this is not the first thing that I did, but it's the first thing I'm going to show you that I did, okay? Which is check the weather. I really want to take a nice long walk today, but it looks like it's going to rain outside, so I just want to make sure. It looks like I need to get out there sooner rather than later because at some point today it is going to rain. But I would love to start my Monday off with a nice walk outdoors. Now, I've been cutting these lately because they are very long, and the way that I wear the head covering doesn't necessarily need the length. So when I cut this in half, I actually get two. So this is the second color that I cut in half. I'm just cut the ones that I don't use as often, but I'm probably going to end up cutting them all. I'm just getting ready for the day in an appropriate, I guess, dress to do all of the errands that I have to do. So I have on some pants that allow me to take my walk. I need to go and visit my daughter's school and do things like that. So I wanted to look, just halfway decent. Girl, it's about to rain outside, so I'm gonna put a raincoat on anyway. But you know what I mean. Here I am gathering up the books. I had a total of, I think, 5. Two of them, because definitely this one right there and that one we didn't get a chance to read. We read some of the other books from our library instead, but I'm going to go ahead and return them because I'm really bad at returning books. So while I have it in my mind to do, I'm just going to go ahead and return them. Hello, good morning. I hope this is a good place. Let's see. I don't want to get a tripod. I'm trying to just use the tape dispenser. That's what I'm trying to do. Will that work? That work. Good morning. So it's a little after 7:06 to be exact. And I'm about to head out. As we can see, the sun is coming up a bit. Girl, what's today's date? The 18th. So what I'm about to do is turn on my calendar to the 18th and set some plans for today. I'm not going to go all advanced because I can't do that at the moment. So I'm going to put my plans. This calendar has like a month at a glance, and then it has by the day. I need to use by the day right now. I can feel that. I need to catch up on some Bible studying. There's a few devotionals that I've been reading that I want to catch up on. And when I say catch up on, I did a video for you guys talking about, studying your Bible, and you don't need a therapist. What you really need to do is and I listed a few things. I do this as well. And I find that one of the enemy's tactics is to get you away from what you do to stay kind of centered by putting other stuff, maybe, career advancements, just a lot of other stuff in the way. And then you forget about the thing that you need to do to be able to manage and maintain it all. So last week was a really busy week. This weekend was a really busy week. And when I say busy, I mean like emotional busy, if I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, Thanksgiving is coming up. I did videos for you guys for this in the past. It's always like an emotionally charged time. And if you're not careful about how to maintain that, you could find yourself in the same situation that you were in last year or worse, because things have indeed gotten worse. So I'm mindful of this sort of thing. And I have, let me go here and I'm just going to share them with you. This is the Kindle I told you guys about. I love it for many different reasons, but I also read my devotionals on here. One of the devotionals that I'm reading right now is called Emotional Healing Through Scripture. This one I recently started, so I'm actually going to write it on my calendar. Emotional Healing Through Scripture devotional. And I'm only on day 2. And then I have... Girl, I'm not going to share them all with you. Then I have this one. And this other one I'll share with you as well. It is a 52-week Bible study workbook for Black women. Okay. And I have been liking it too. I've been reading it for, I feel like about 3 weeks now. So that's a good one as well. Now, you're going to have to find the devotionals that work best for you. There definitely was a season of life where I just kind of just read through my scriptures. I read through my scriptures and I do, as you can see, many devotionals, depending on, what I feel like I need. If I feel like I need to amp up my study, if I feel like I need to pour more into my life in an area. And I'm not talking about pour more into my life in an area like pick up another hobby or something like that. I'm talking about pour more into my life as in, get some more word in an area of my life. That's what I do. I'll, look for, devotional scriptures, things like that, and then build a plan around it, books and things of that nature. I have not started a new book yet. Let me see if I can get the book. You remember the book that I was reading, I Must Betray You? Girl, the book, I finished it this past weekend. Did I finish it Saturday? I finished it Friday. The book was amazing. It's one of those books that's very hard to put down. It was like kind of sort of long, but it was very, very good book, historical fiction book. If you're not into that sort of thing, you probably won't like the book. I told you that I recommended you read the book because the Lord said this is where we are going. And if you can't stomach it, you're gonna have a hard time where we're going. That's all I say. I did try to read like some other recommendations, like some other books that people recommended that were Christian romance novels and things like that. And you know what I've learned? Sometimes you're just not into some things. I don't like to hear about people's romance in the way of like talking about kissing and all that kind of stuff. I don't care if it is tastefully written. I got enough romance in my own life that I don't need to read about nobody else's. So I find it to be a bit voyeuristic, if you ask me, and I don't like it. So if you're into that thing, like I said, they're Christian, they call it no spice romance, but I still don't like it. So even in the book, I Must Betray You, they had just a few hints of like, you could see kind of a Romeo and Juliet kind of developing relationship. That was enough for me, but I don't want to be doing, I won't be doing too much. So some of y'all be reading, sure enough, porn. That's what y'all be reading. And then you wonder why those issues are issues that you're having in your real life. But we're not going to go there here. So I don't have a book that I'm going to start reading. First, I need to get on top of some of the other things that I know I need to get on top of. And then work stuff and all these kind of things. I need to stay on top of those things before I add another book. Like a book that, I'm not going to say doesn't add anything to me, but you know what I mean? Just like some kind of fictional story or something like that. Before I add one of those things, then I need to get to the stuff that's real life. So you saw at the top part of this video, I went out. I still haven't told you who I went out with yet, just because family member special to me. And I just kind of want to keep it at that for right now. But I will tell you this, that it's been one of those relationships that the Lord has had to teach me how to be more gracious toward other people, how to be more patient toward other people who are just kind of taking a little longer to comprehend. There's life that we're living right now, and then there's life that we're also living right now that you can't see. And for me, it's very difficult to even have conversation with people who want to acknowledge one but don't want to acknowledge the other. Because I'm not going to be sitting here acting that oblivious. I can't. There's no way to, after all the Lord has shown me, after all the revelation that he's given me, I'm then a foolish person to sit and act like all the things don't equate to the fact that it's all God. You know what I mean? So I'm not that type of person. However, I live in a real world. Live in a world with people who are not there yet. And some people just completely ignore it. So there's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about. It's about church. But I'm going to kind of, go take my walk, finish out my day. Maybe it'll be in this video. Maybe it'll be in the next video. Maybe it'll be in a video all by itself. But that's what I have for this morning. Have these things set out. That's what I'm going to do with them. I need to let me bring one of these too. This thing is called Make It Happen. This one is old, so I'm going to rip it off. And I'm going to go to the book fair with Kenny. She's expecting me. They don't start until 10, so if I go take my walk, I want to time it so I'm not just out lingering, okay? The book fair, I need to go return books and check out new books. I need to go to CVS. I'm just going to put money. I need to send some money through Cash App to someone, but I need to load the Cash App card. And I need to pick up some personal items. And is that all I need to do outside of the house today? I still do my walk, huh? I think that's all I have to do outside of the house today. Yes, so there's that. Let me fold this up, take this with me so I don't forget nothing. And then I have a pen in the car in case I need to add anything. So we're on the way. I also didn't show you what I had for breakfast because I had breakfast at like a set time. And it was much earlier than when I turned on the camera. So I had one of these. My husband baked these. I had one of these. And then remember the egg bites that I made last week? He made some of those this weekend, so I had one of those as well. So I had 3 items all together. Oh yes, and I had like a handful of, I can show you, handful of chopped pecans. And that's going to carry me until the end of the day when I have my dinner. And should carry me throughout my walk as well. You know, of course, with some water. So that's what I have for breakfast. Oh, did she give me 2? Oh, she gave me 2 of these. My sister gave me these. See, there it is. I told you who I was with. My sister gave me these. PB&J strawberry. I don't like peanut butter and jelly though. So maybe if you're real hungry, this is the sort of thing that you would eat. I did taste it. I gave it to my son. Maybe I'll add it to their snack drawer or something. But she gave me that. Oh, she gave me 2. Okay, so she probably gave me one for myself and then one. Oh, she did. She gave me one for me and then one for Kenny. And then this is a mini fruit bar called That's It. She gave me these 2. So yeah, that's what I have for breakfast. Let me just make sure I have everything, my water bottle, my headphones, and then I'm gonna head out the door. So we're all done. 1.78 miles. You can hear that it is pouring down raining. I definitely would love much more miles on a Monday morning, but guess what? That's what we got. And if it didn't look like those were, if it didn't look like those were thunderstorm clouds, I probably would have walked a little bit more. Or if it was just drizzling. Girl, why you keep falling? Stop falling. And you know, while I was walking, I realized if you want an excuse to stay just where you are, you always have one. That's what the Lord told me when it started raining. If you want an excuse to stay just where you are, you'll always have one. You will always have one. An excuse, a reason to not do what you said that you was going to do, you'll always have those options. And very seldomly are you able to realize when I can actually push past the excuse. I can actually push past the excuse and do something new. And I'm going to open up the invitation right here. I open up the invitation in all of these videos, like I told you guys before, because I'm not just sitting here, you know, doing a day in my life video. I was really reluctant to do these kind of videos, actually, because I feel like it's all of my personal business, but the Lord said it's going to help somebody, so I have to trust that that's true. And honestly, a lot of times revelation, a lot of times the videos that you see while I am like doing Bible teachings and things like that, it comes from me doing the things that I'm actually showing you in my everyday life. That's how the Lord reveals revelation to me. Sometimes he does it in dreams. Sometimes he does it when I'm just doing normal stuff. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, so I live a normal life. And that's just what I'm showing you here. So if you're looking for an excuse to even stay overweight, you'll find one. You'll have an excuse. You will continue to have an excuse as to why you can't lose any weight. You'll continue to have excuses. Excuses you will never be short of having an excuse. So if you would like to join the women's boot camp, the information for that will be down below. The boot camp, the group is not open to everyone. You'll have to watch the video down there, so you can decide if that's something that aligns with what you're doing. But I'm a no excuses kind of girl for a variety of reasons. But the most important one is because excuses never help nobody do anything except make excuses, okay? Excuses are like bubble gum. They come in many different flavors and they're always available, okay? So 8:40. It's 8:40 right now. I think the library doesn't open till 10 a.m. Where are you going? Let me buckle up my seatbelt. I don't know what he's doing. Because at this point, you can see that it's actually storming. Oh, but look, people are still actually coming out to walk in the storm. So like I said, if you want an excuse, you'll see a lady right here. She got a full umbrella, just got out of her car, just started her walk. If you want an excuse, it's full on raining. Can you see that? There's still people out here. This woman then took off her shirt, older lady, took off her shirt, put it on her head. You see her walking right there. Took off her shirt, put it over on her head, and is doing her walk. So there's some people who refuse to have excuses, and then some people who excuses is the only thing that you have, and the excuses are the only thing that you're going to get. And your progress, we see that all you have is excuses, because that's what you have for progress to show is your excuses. And I don't want that for you. However, no one can make you do anything. So there's that. I also want to share this with you. Like I said, that's what these videos are. That's what these videos are. And I would never actually show me doing this act, but this was yesterday and it really blessed me. So I want to share with you, because I talked to you guys about it in another video, which I would highly suggest that you go and watch that video. The Lord blessed me, and he told me to come and bless you with some information that he gave me concerning prayer, concerning repentance, this kind of thing. And I mentioned in that video about giving to the poor. So yesterday I was on my way. You guys saw at the beginning of this video, I was on my way to, go have some fun with my daughter. And I'm always on the mindset, if I can go here, if I can go in this place and spend X, Y, and Z amount of dollars, I can give that same amount to someone who is in need. If I can give this money to a business that's established, that, they ain't hurting for no money. Obviously, they have this business right here. It's like a corporation. They have this business right here. If I can spend my money frivolously, I can spend my money on things of God. That's the kind of mindset that I'm under. I never look at people and say, well, you ain't getting none of my money, because I know what it feels like to have zero. So, I told you guys this before. We take stacks of money, we divvy it out amongst ourselves, we give it out to the poor, whenever the Lord leads. If he leads to give more, we'll give more, whatever. This day, my daughter was with me, of course, because we were going to the play place. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look. It was raining, much like it is right now. And I saw a family that was under a bridge. Now, I said a family, more than one person, a family. And you could tell they were actually living there. They had like a clothes basket. They were actually laying down, like sleeping. I beat my horn and they woke up. Like, I startled them. They woke up. And quickly, as quick as they could, as quick as the gentleman could, walk to the car. And he said, oh, thank you so much. And he gave me like, a bit of a fist pump like this. And then Kennedy was in the back and Kennedy was waving. And he said, he waved back to her. And when we pulled away, what my daughter said? Mommy, that man was so kind. And I said, what did you say? And she said, that man was so kind. And it literally just brought tears to my eyes, because she didn't say that man was dirty. She didn't say, Mommy, why is that man sleeping under the bridge? She said that man was so kind. And I kid you not, I almost turned back around and gave them some more. But when I almost turned back around and gave them some more, I then ran into another young man. And yes, the area that I was in, I can always bring some extra coins to give out, because there's always people out there, and they're always different people. Young Caucasian young man. And I beat the horn. Still, this man is standing in the rain. So if you're going to be standing in the rain early in the morning like that, you're obviously in need. And who am I to judge, just what you're in need of? I'm not the judge of how you're going to spend the money, what you're going to do with the opportunity. I'm not the judge of that. That's not my job. I am not the judge, and you are not the judge. And if you find yourself in a situation to be judging people that way, I want to let you know that you are not the judge. You're not the judge. So I beeped the horn. The man comes up to the car, and I gave him, a little coins. And he looked at it and he said, "Are you serious?" And he was just kind of in disbelief, standing right there in the middle of the traffic. And I said, "God bless you." I always say, "God bless you," because it ain't me that's blessed you. It's the Lord. I said, "God bless you." And then he went, he went on his way. He went back and he waved. Now, I'd never, usually when you give money to people, they just kind of, they put their sunglasses back on or whatever, and they stand back there. Sometimes they don't even say thank you. None of that is any of my business. This man waved like he was like, I can't believe she just did that. And when he waved, I beat my horn again, and I said, you know what? I got something up here. If he said that was a lifesaver, that little bit of money, if he thought the money that I'm about to go in here and spend on, having just old fun, nothing that's going to change nobody's life for real, right? Just having little old fun. If he thought that kind of money was a lifesaver, how much more would he think if I give him this? So I beat my horn and I told him to come back. And he said, "Are you serious?" The man literally looked like he was about to break down right then and there. Do I know for what he needs the money for? No. And do I care? No, I don't. But when is the last time you gave to the least? I don't know what was he saying that was life-saving. I don't know. But I know that I've been broke. I know that I've been poor. I know that I've been without. And if somebody would have ever said, here's a blessing, just out of nothing, just you don't owe me nothing, just here's a blessing. It would have changed my life. I told you guys about this in the video of faith, how, you know, a man, I was getting my car repossessed, and this man actually took me to go to the car dealership. So I believe in, you know, the wonder working, miracle working power of God. And I also believe that he has us, that we're out here, you know, deployed essentially as soldiers in the army of God to be doing this very work, to be his hands and his feet. And then most of you guys are spending your money on, you know, I don't know, facials and Gucci. I don't know. And then you see somebody in need and you turn your nose up and you don't know that this person right here could very well be you. If it's never been you, it could be you. If it has been you, you know it could be you again. And I'm not telling you to live your life in fear. Why would you do that? But don't you be the leopard that got healed and just walk away and act like nothing ever happened to you. That's a shame. So while you're watching any of these videos or anything like that, baby, don't think, I ain't flexing on them. I don't have nothing to flex. I have nothing to flex. None of this stuff belonged to me. Not a talent, not a skill I have, none of it. Not one thing. I got you know, I didn't record for you my appointment the other day. You know, all these things, career-wise, all this stuff, none of this stuff belongs to me. All of this stuff belongs to God. So all the money that I get from doing X, Y, and Z, any money that I get, tell me all, like it's all, anything that I get, it doesn't even belong to me. It does not belong to me. So there's that. It's only 8:48. I did not get to stop by the library because the library doesn't open till 10, so I don't want to just stand out there. So what I'm going to do is go do my other task, which was to go put some money on that Cash App card so that I could send that money, and then I guess pick up my personal items that I need to pick up. Go home. I guess I could do some studying, right? Go home, do some studying. Maybe I'll get to go to the library tomorrow because, yeah, we'll see. Alright, so I literally only got what I went in there for. Aren't you excited about that? And baby, they had all their little holiday stuff out. I need some water. They had all their little holiday stuff out, the little holiday lip glosses and all that. I love that kind of stuff. Keychains and all that kind of stuff, but I just got personal hygiene product that I went in there for. That was $15, by the way. $15. Ridiculous. But I made a video for y'all talking about period stuff. We ain't gonna talk about that here in this video, okay? Because it's too much to be talking about like that. But the price of this stuff is ridiculous. I made a video, like I said. I'll link that video. Especially if you have female problems and stuff like that, I would highly suggest that you go and watch that video. But if I'm honest, the only reason I'm buying this is because I have to use it for work. Whenever I do like errands and stuff like this, I mentioned that in the video, you know, you can't do stuff the way you would do it at home. So if you would normally, you know, I'm just trying not to say too much because, you know, but going out to random places and using random bathrooms and, girl, that's not the move, okay? Is this door closed? Why the light not turn on? Oh, here it is. Guess it was closed. So that's it. I'm gonna go. Oh, you know what? I need to send that money while I'm sitting right here in this parking lot for find another use for it. I wanna know why the car smell like chicken, and I know I cleaned it. Girl, she done left the whole thing of chicken in here. You're thinking, why the car smell like chicken? Chicken and fries. You got the chicken right here. I don't think it's still good. I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm like, couldn't it be warmed up? It wasn't free. Girl, it might be warmed up. I'm putting it in the refrigerator. You know what? I'm gonna just throw it away. I don't want nobody to get sick. Look like there's some appointments on the books, so I actually want to get my bag and stuff ready. Since I'm here and I still have a little time, yes, thank you. Since I'm here and I still have a little time before I can go to the book fair, I am going to change my clothes. Maybe just put on some jeans because this shirt is actually okay. I might put on a black shirt. That way, if I get an appointment, I can just head to the appointment So I'm gonna pack up my bags. I need to do a little cleaning because I didn't do a lot of cleaning yesterday, and it's looking like needs some cleaning done. So let me get that stuff together and see what we're gonna do here. I ain't even making my bed. The book that I was telling you about that I just finished reading on Friday, one of the things in the book that like I said, it's a historical fiction book, but it's true. These things actually did happen, and it's just basically telling the perspective from fictional characters, right? In the story, I remember that they had to like wait in lines for lots of, and if you don't know anything about communism, if you never, did any studying about maybe North Korea, what's going on right there and things like that, it may be so far away from you, but one of the girls I remember in the story, she was like doing bartering. Like, imagine selling your family out for something as simple as a tampon. Okay, I mean a tampon, because the other girls were using things like wadded up newspapers, wadded up papers, like wadded up something. They weren't tampons, and I can't say that they were toilet paper because we all know that toilet paper is also a luxury. So I don't know, food for thought, I guess. So the sooner I can get all these cleaning tasks out of the way, the sooner I can kind of open up the availability on my schedule to do some other things that doesn't have anything to do with my home, more work-related things. But for me, my family comes first. For me, my children comes first. So I still, like I say, I have to go to the book fair, but I definitely want to get some cleaning done, because coming home to a home that's clean, I find it to be, a gift that I bring to the house. And I want to add this in here as well, because you might be like, girl, your home is small, you don't have a lot of cleaning to do, I have so much more cleaning to do, all of these things. I absolutely hate when people make these sort of excuses as well. The Lord has blessed you with a larger home, perhaps, and you are complaining about cleaning the home. You can do something like downsize as well. I remember I used to live in a 3-bedroom home, and I told you guys I ran a daycare. I had to clean so much to keep up the home and still spend time with the family, still make sure the homework was done, still do, wife duties, mom duties, still do stuff with the children. And it was a lot of work. So whenever I hear someone with this excuse of, I have so much more to clean, or hire a maid and things like this, these are also just excuses. You too can downsize. I will never let anyone make me feel bad about loving our space. I love our space. I can clean up everything literally in a day. I mean, it's about to be not even 11 o'clock by the time I'm done, and I'm completely done cleaning. It's not an overwhelming task. Yes, you still have to stay up on the cleaning, but it's not overwhelming. And I really, really do love that. But if you have a larger space, don't be one of these people complaining about the fact that the Lord has blessed you with a larger space. Ask him to enlarge your capacity to be able to clean the space, to be able to manage the space. But don't be complaining and saying, you can only clean like this because your space is smaller and all of this nonsense. You can change that. You do not have to live in a 5-bedroom house with 2 kids. You don't have to do that. So you got to work that stuff out by yourself. But as for me in my household, I really do love the smaller space. It allows me to do everything that I need to do. It allows us all to be close. It allows things to be clean, and it doesn't take, like, I don't have to outsource cleaning. You know what I mean? And I really do love that. So I just wanted to put that in here because you will be surprised at the amount of women that I run into that one of their excuses as to why they can't do things like work out, as to why they can't do things like work, as to why they can't do things like do extra things with their children, as to why they're so tired and things like this, is because they have so much to clean at home. That's your decision. Right, it is 10:32 and I am done. I know I just finished yelling at y'all about cleaning up and stuff like that because I just don't want you to be ungrateful and just letting all that ungratefulness come out of your mouth. So I did, a touch up for my son's room. I don't clean, girl. I don't clean his room a lot. Sometimes I'll just go in there because I know the task of making sure the stuff is clean and managing schoolwork and stuff like that, especially as a high schooler and clubs and all, managing life as a teenager. And then cleaning up, like keeping up with your chores, is a lot to manage too. So I don't do all his work for him, but I do help out. The same with my daughter. I do not always clean her room, but today's Monday, so I want a clean slate for me, and then I get on them the rest of the time about cleaning it up themselves. I'm about to head to the book fair, and I'm also gonna go to the library as well because I think I have a little time to do that, and I don't want to fall behind in our book reading. I know, sounds crazy, but I don't want to fall behind in our book reading. I have not done my reading task today, but I need to do all this stuff so I can come back because homegirl is literally looking forward to me coming this morning. So I don't want to let her down in that. Today, I still have those 2 books that we can read at least tomorrow, but I really want to get it all done today. That's what I really want to do. I really want to just go ahead and get it all done today, but it's back in the other direction, but that's okay. We're going to see. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I don't have to go because we're going to buy a book at the book fair, which I'm pretty sure she would like to read tonight. So, and my husband literally just messaged me and said, did you make it to the book fair yet? So he reminded me like his daughter, child. I'm headed there. I'm going.
Can I pick a pointer?
Pick a pointer?
With the pointer?
I thought you wanted a pencil.
Oh yeah, I want a pencil. Which one do you want?
Oh my God, let me tell you. You wanna know how good God is? How on time in every single thing. So I walk up there and I'm like, can I check in to go to the book fair? And guess who walks up to the back window as I'm walking to the front window? My daughter. And I hear her, she doesn't see me. I hear her voice, of course, or I know her voice. She says, can you call my mom? And I know she was saying, can I call my mom? Because it was her turn to go to the book fair. And she was like, where's her money? Or where's my mama? So I thought that was so beautiful that's how on time God is. He that on time with us too. If me, come on, don't get me to preach it. If me, a natural mother, if a natural parent, if a natural father, if a natural mother can be that on time, that right on time, how much more can my Father who is in heaven? That's so good to me. That blessed me. I'm always looking for the Lord to show up. What a blessing. What a word. Oh my God, that was so cute. So the lady was laughing too. She was like, I don't know if you can come in for the book fair or not, but I'm just going to let you in. I mean, they know my face at this point. I'm just going to let you in because it was literally like right there in the hallway. Kennedy already picked out the items that she wanted and everything. My husband loaded some money on the thing for her, but baby, she wouldn't even had enough. So she better be glad I showed up because she was like a few dollars short. That's all good though. And they wasn't giving away nothing. I heard them ladies tell another little girl, put that back, baby. You don't have enough. You're $1 short. And that's unfortunate. But yeah, so that was, yeah. I did find some good books, but I also noticed that there were quite a bit of pride, LGBTQ books kind of sprinkled in, or just those messages sprinkled in the books. And it wasn't in any particular section. It was just kind of, mixed in all with the other books. So, girl, there's that. Use potty so bad, but I am finished at the library. I checked out quite a few books. I'm really excited about it. One of the books I had in my cart by the same author of the book that I just read. I was going to show you all of the books, but I don't want you to get any book just because I'm reading it, okay? Get the kind of books that you need, that you like, all that kind of good stuff. On my website, I have the free book resource in case you were looking for some guidance on some good books that I think to read, but books like the one that I just finished reading wouldn't be on there. Those are more like growth tools as books. I don't know. Maybe I'll add them on there later because I really like those books, but there's that. I got 3 books. I found a 4th book, but I actually looked on Kindle and it's available. So instead of carrying around all those heavy books, I just downloaded to my Kindle while I was there. And then I found my other book that I actually added to my cart to buy because it wasn't available on Kindle Unlimited. So that keeps me from buying the book. When's the last time you went to the bookstore, like to the library, and actually like found books for yourself to read? It's just, I did. I went to get some for my daughter, of course, but I hadn't been for myself. And I have just been reading books, like I buy them or read them on Kindle. And then I thought to myself, you know what? The book that I want to buy might actually be here. And lo and behold, it was. And I know what you're thinking, girl, I don't have time to read. Girl, I don't have time for all that. That kind of goes back to the conversation that we had earlier. Sometimes, and go with me here, I'm not being judgmental. I'm just submitting this to you for your consideration. Have you created a lifestyle that doesn't actually allow you to enjoy the things that you like in life? If you like reading, did you create a lifestyle that now you have to work 60, 70 hours a week to live in this 5-bedroom house or whatever? Like, have you done that to yourself? Are you driving around in a BMW or whatever kind of car that you can't really afford because you have to do all these things to be? Have you done that to yourself? This is a question that you have to ask. Don't get mad at anybody else. Say, I don't know how she spent all this time reading this stuff, and I don't know how she spent all this time cleaning the house, and I don't know how she spent all this time, and I don't know how she did it, and I don't know how she doing this and she not at work, and I don't know how. Don't do all that. You need to assess your life, assess the situation you have placed yourself in right now, and say, did I do this to myself? And it's never too late for you to change. It is never too late for you to change. Inside of the library, there's also a place we go get passwords. Now, I made a video for y'all talking about Black people and passports. If you have not watched that and you're watching this video, go and watch it. If you don't have a passport and you haven't watched that video, go watch that video. And I'm looking and seeing people in here, no one looked like me. I'm seeing people in here who are getting their passports. And I'm thinking to myself, if the people only knew how important this is for them to have, they do it more swiftly. But you're so wrapped up and tied up in anything and everything else that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And that's the sad part, that you're not doing what you are supposed to do. You're so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses, you don't even realize that their name ain't even the Joneses. They've been lying to you. You're just so busy trying to keep up that you're not realizing that you've been sold, a farce. You've been sold something fake. And at any time you can snap out of it. At any time. What is that? Truman Show? I think it's called The Truman Show, but it was like a movie. Girl, my husband and I watched that maybe like a month, 2 months ago. It's about 2 months ago. That was such a good movie. At some point in time, you're going to be presented with the truth. And you have the option to stay in La La Land, living in a fairy tale, lying to yourself. You have the option to do that or do something new. And yes, new is scary because new is new. You don't know what it looks like. You don't know what that entails. But I'm telling you, if you're never going to be willing to let go of the old and get the new, if you're never going to be willing to let go of the old, you'll never have the new because you got full hands. But you got to be willing to do something new, to try something new, to try a new way of being, to try a new way of behaving, to try a new way of doing things. You've got to be able to do that. And I am not telling you to try anything new outside of the will of God, one, but also the principles, the precepts, the boundaries that God created. I'm not trying to tell you to try nothing new like that, no. But you have got to do something new. You have got to change some things. That's all I have to say. That's what I gotta tell you. So I'm about to head home. And I need to start dinner. I have to use the bathroom so bad. I'm about to start dinner, and I really don't know what I'm gonna make because I didn't take anything out of the freezer. So we're gonna have to figure something out here. But I'm about to start dinner, and I have my dinner. I'm having salad for dinner, but I've got to cook something else. Okay. All right. So this is what I have. My husband took this out, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it because it's already out. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, but I think I'm going to go with like a pasta dish. That way I don't have to worry about making any rice or anything like that with it. I can kind of just make everything all together. I have these linguine noodles, so I'm going to use these. And I also have this beef stroganoff mix. So I'm going to use this, put some extra seasonings in there, and cook this baby up for dinner. Over here I have my 2 boiled eggs for my dinner. And then I put some water on the kettle, so I'm just gonna let these eggs boil. Because I don't want this meat to be tough, I'm gonna cook it this way. All right, and these are the sheets that I'm going to add to my bag. I do have like a car full of sheets, but these are the ones that I'm going to put inside my bag just because I like to have a bag that's completely ready to go. I haven't messed with this bag since my last appointment. I just want to make sure again that everything is back in here, and if it's not in here, I want to locate it and make sure I know where it is. I know my eye pillow that's usually inside this bag is actually in my massage table bag, so that's okay to leave it there because of course I would have my massage table with me if I needed the eye pillow. Okay, so I wanted to reorganize this bag because you probably don't notice, especially if you don't do massage or something like this, but when you are doing mobile massage and you're at people's house, you're in their space, whether it be a hotel or whatever like that, you quickly pack up. Okay, I did a couples massage the other day, and you kind of just go at the pace that the other therapist is going at. But even if you are there by yourself, you pack up quickly. You throw that stuff in wherever and you go. So what I'm doing right here is just, like I said, kind of doing like a reorganization of my bag. And I also needed to fill up some soap, and I also wanted some hand sanitizer as well. I told you guys this. Most therapists don't carry like their own soap with them. They leave it up to the client to have soap available. I'm not one of those people. I like to bring my own soap. But girl, why my soap bottle wasn't working the other day? So I had to pour it into my hand. So what I'm going to do is just use my lotion bottles, the extra ones that I have, and fill them up with soap. I went ahead and made labels for these because the last thing I want is to think I have some oil or lotion and be sitting here rubbing soap all over my hands and then therefore all over the client. So I labeled these bottles. All right, and here's the finished product. It looks more delicious than I thought that it would, and I'm sure that it will taste great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, if you have a question, ask a question. I hope you enjoyed your day today, and I'll see you in the next video.